So I got some parts in the mail. Came in about a week. A few of them came in a couple of days, but of course it's on eBay, so we play the waiting game. But we pretty much got everything. Only thing that we don't got is the control switch here. But I think I have a spare one, which I forgot that I had. So we're gonna see if I have one of those. But we got the cover for this, the throttle mechanism. Because I found one, instead of replacing the whole thing, I found the cover here. So hopefully we can get these bolts out. Looks like they're pretty stripped and rusted out, so you know, we can get a new cover on there. I got a new seat cover for it. I got new Nerf bar nettings. I got the black one because the yellow was not doing it for me. And it just doesn't match with the quad at all, you know, with the red and black and gray. So I got the tires front and rear. I got new headlights for it. I got a chain slide for it because it's missing the chain slide. What else do we get here? I might have an air filter for it, so I didn't order one. I'm just hoping the one that I have will fit for it. And then we got new handlebar grips for it. And I believe that is it. I think that's all that I have for it. I think that's all that was needed for it. So first thing I want to do is get these covers, this cover here fixed, and this whole thing swapped out too if I have it. So let's go ahead and start doing that. You know, do the easiest things first, go to the harder things like tires and stuff probably last. And I also got a new mounting mechanism, or new mounting for the reverse. So like I said, we'll do the easy stuff first, tires last. So got a few bolts right here, should be easy to take off. I'm just worried about this one here. I got new bolts for it too, so I can just trash these. See if I can get this plastic off. Maybe I can get the butt like this. Oh, I think I got it. Yep, I got it. All right, cool, easy. Still got the gasket here too, so the new part should fit right on, no problem. This one with this one here, there's different colors, but the black would probably go the best with it. And I think the black was the cheapest as well, so it goes over just like that. Cleans it up way nicer than having that messed up one. So we'll get the screws in and we'll see how it looks afterwards. Screws on, no problems. Let's get that tightened up. overall look. Fits very nice. So let's go in and put the control switch for the other side. First, let me see if I even got it in stock, and then we'll go from there. All right, so looks like I did have one in stock. OEM. OEM. So that's gonna be better than aftermarket. So we're gonna use this. It's not all corroded inside, looks like. So we'll swap it out. I'll probably have to go underneath here and attach it, detach it. Try to find the wiring. Guess I'll take the plastics off so we can get to everything accessible. Unbolt these screws in the back and should be able to put the new one on. I can just save these screws, put them in my bolt kit, and toss out the switch. Everything was pretty clean inside there. Hopefully the connections are good and clear. So we'll just put it on and see if it works. Search straight, looks pretty good. Okay, it's pretty solid right there. Let's go ahead and route the wires back in. goes in. Bingo. Okay. So, new switch is already looking good. All right. So, I'll have the front fender off for the front plastics. I'm probably gonna do the reverse switch because it's open and accessible right here. And like I said, I'm gonna put new bolts in for the gas tank. But it also would be a good idea to probably put the headlights on while this whole thing's off. So the connector is right here. You see the wires that are hooked up to it are for the LEDs, which I'm taking off. And the mounts look pretty good so far. This is supposed to be, I think, mounted in here, somewhere on here. And untie this. So we're gonna take these headlights off, but first let me get this mount fixed up. Looking right here, we're just gonna unscrew that. Another Phillips. So another niche part. Pretty good stuff. Cheap and does its job. So this is metal and it reinforces the plastic. So you're supposed to keep the broken piece, but it's missing that piece. So we're gonna see if we can make this work. It goes straight through, so it should work. Comes with all new bolts and everything. So comes with longer bolts to put this on here. So you need to replace these with the longer bolts here. So. Down evenly so the mount's not lopsided. Alright, snug them up. It's nice and flush with the body. So I was missing a bolt, but came with new bolts. Let's go ahead and put them on. Gonna do it for the reverse switch. You can see it's mounted on there very sturdy, not gonna fall off at all or break. So that's fixed. That's like $7 on eBay or something. So a lot cheaper than getting the whole mechanism. So next I just want to, I guess, find bolts for the gas tank. And then I'll probably move on to the headlights. Taking the headlights off. This is going to be interesting because it's wired in weird. Here's the headlights. Same headlights as my other quads I usually put on, because these are about the same price as stock buying. The OEM bulbs, lenses, and covers or trim for them. So plugs in right to the harness, and this is the LED running lights. So I believe the red is going to be the white LED strip when that gets power. The green is going to be the orange. So I think with this one I'm going to do the orange, so I think it'll kind of flow and look more mean with the gray and black theme and the red. So we see how that looks. If I don't like the orange, I can always turn it back to the white. So we're gonna stick this on. Also had to get grommets for them. You can buy them cheap on Amazon and eBay too. So these fit on there good. They also come with the collar inside, the metal ones, so you can bolt it right in. So we'll test fit them. Looks like this is not supposed to be there. At least that's not stripped in there. So this is a little snug on there to push that on there, so I'm just gonna put some W40 on it. So it slides on in. There we go. Very snug fit, but we're gonna leave it like this. Connects the headlight. Like so. And get the other side on. And then I gotta wire the power wire for the LED strip. I'm gonna do it to the ignition, so when I turn the key, that strip of light will come on without having to switch the headlight switch. So red is continuous 12 volts from the battery, and when you turn the key, it sends 12 volts to the brown to turn the rest of the quad on. So I'm gonna wire them up to the brown here. So let's go and get the other side on, and then we'll hook up that wire. Here's the wire that it came with. We're gonna do both wires. Or what I could do is one wire just next to it, splice that. These two hooked up to the, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Pretty good. Oh yeah. Alright, so headlights is on. All the plastics are back on. So cut a lot of things while the plastics were off. So reverse switch is done. This mechanism here is done. That works. The LEDs and everything works for that. It's really slick, a lot better than those round LED aftermarket ones. But I gotta show you after it's done. I want to put the new seat cover on it too. Maybe I'll get to today, maybe I won't, I'm not sure. But I feel like it'll kind of, like, I feel like it'll kind of go with the little bit of red and yellow that we have for this. So we went with the orange LED strip. Next, what I want to do is probably the handlebar grips. So we'll get that taken off and put the new ones on. It's got the locking style. Yeah. I have to take that off. Comes right off. I don't think you can. No, this is all built together, so you can't really reuse it. It's ODI locking ones. These are really good style. I just wish they weren't messed up like that, or else I would just keep these on. But I'm just gonna put this on. Really helps this WD-40 in there. Put a little bit on here. Not much. Boom. I'm gonna have to cut a little bit of this off. There we go. Jeez, man. There we go. Put this chain slide on. Should mount pretty easily. Like that. What I want to do is get these Nerf bars on for the netting, so they just loop in there. Just like that. Off. Alright, so you got the knitting right here. Let's go ahead and start with the back one. Go over. Under. Sure.
good. So, not too tight to where it's all not straight with the rest, but looks pretty good like that. And then you got a lot of hanging on there too. So what you can do is cut it off here pretty short and light the ends on fire so it doesn't go unraveled. So I'm gonna cut them off and I'll show you the aftermath how it looks. I cut it on the ends towards the hang, but you can kind of see on the tips here, I lit those on fire so it's not just string hanging around and unraveling. So when you light it on fire, it kind of creates like this melted fabric on the end so it stays together so it don't unravel itself. So I did that on both sides. So both sides are good, not hanging low or anything. So that's all good. Guess the only thing I got left is the seat cover and tires. Go ahead and take those tires off. I'm just gonna take the tire off. I got tire spoons right there and the DB breaker right here. So we're gonna go ahead and break a sweat and take these tires off. So using the tire spoons, you do run the risk of kind of scraping up the wheel. But these were already scraped up, so I'm not really too worried about it. As long as they hold there, they'll work fine for me. That's a tire I got. I had bought these before for another 700. And usually you can just put the wheel, you can push one side of the bead in, and depending on tire and how big of a sidewall you got,
Sometimes you can just push it in and then you pry on the other side and go on, but these ones, we'll probably have to do some prying. So we're gonna do, oh yeah, I gotta clean the rim too. Do the fire method with the brake cleaner. You know, don't do as I do. Only if you want to. Keep her going. Keep her airing up. All right, do it again for the next one. That one seated perfect. I got the seat cover off. You can see all the staples around it. The guy that put that on didn't really do too good of a job, and the staples aren't holding up that good, but I like this style of cover, but ended up going with a different style. So you'll see when I put that one on. But pretty much I'm gonna get all these staples out with a flathead screwdriver and take that off. And then I got a pneumatic staple gun on a air compressor. I got all the staples out from underneath the seat. I got all the leftover old seat cover off, and there was like 2 layers of it. But got it off. This is the seat cover that I went with. Pretty good price on eBay. I think it was like 20 bucks. I feel like the red stripe with the black will go with the theme of the quad that it has now. So I do have the pneumatic staple gun. I got it off of Amazon. Came with staples and oil and all that stuff for it, but we're gonna run this at 100 psi. And yeah, I'm gonna show you how to staple it all up. When line it all up, make sure it's straight, and then we'll do staple the top first. Kind of stretch it a little bit, staple the back. Make sure that Alpha Rider emblem is centered and straight where you want it to be. And then we'll do the sides, and then we can work all the way around it. So.
First one put in, and work towards the back. Get a few more in.
Pretty much like that, and then I'll work my way around it and show you all the aftermath when it's done. So I got a new engine air filter. I actually bought, this is like a week or two later, because I actually bought a different one, that K&N style, and it wasn't the right fit for this adapter bracket for the air filter. So this is not OEM, so I had to measure out the diameter. And then this ended up being a 4-inch inner diameter, and a lot of the other ones are smaller, so they wouldn't fit, or the housing was just too big to fit inside the box. So I went with the uni, that's what was in it, but the filter was completely gone, and it just had the housing right here. So that's on there. Seat cover is on, so you can see it looks pretty good with the new seat cover and the new tires. You know, the Nerf bar netting's on. The little things with the grips, covers here, new mechanism or new master here, and a bunch of small things for this thing. So new headlights on it, bumpers on it good. Battery's pretty much dead, but I got a video of it with it running and everything with the new engine air filter. So this one's all complete and done. Might order up a new battery if this one don't stay charged. But the new headlights look really good with the setup here. So this one's all good.